everybody. Give me a second here to turn off the chat here. And then shoot. Okay, I'll do it here. I've got to make it unlisted here. I don't know why it says it's public, but let's just do that and done. I'm not public, right? Please tell me I'm not public. Let me just look. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, folks. My brain is still a little fried. Let me just see. Is anybody seeing this as public? I can't even see the chat at the moment. So give me a second here. All right. Let me just see what it says on here. I got it on two different places, right? So, good morning, or good afternoon. It's 10 to 1 here. How's everybody doing? I'm starting to lag. Oh wait, I have to put this on. Take this off of Wi-Fi there. You got your notice through YouTube? Mine says unlisted. Okay. Let me just check my email to see if I got a notice. Nope. Let me just... Sorry, folks. This is going to be... Just give me a second. There we go. I just want to make sure that we're not going to get bombarded with spam bots and stuff. Did you like my broth video? I told you I was making massive quantities of broth. 21 quarts. Yours was an app notice. That's okay, because I let it go public for a minute. And then if anybody gets a notification, then they can come in. But not everyone's going to today. Oh, and I cooked all that broth. I still had a quart left over. So I cooked it. I used the 4 cups of broth and 1 cup of rice and a cup and a half of mixed veg. And I made that as the side. So it's like flavored rice, but it's not just flavored, it's extra nutrition. So if you want to see that video, because I was experimenting, I'm still experimenting with the amount of liquids for the finished product, right? Oh, and there's more broth. There's more to come. Because I still have a bag of celery ends in the freezer. And it's carrot season, like really, really soon. It is so cold today. I have my window closed, my curtain closed, and slippers on my feet. Could you dehydrate the broth? Yeah, but what's the point? What's the point? Seriously. Like, I've done dehydrated broth, but guess what? A quart of that broth and a quart of chicken broth with this much chicken in the bottom is the basis for you could just eat those 2 things except for the lack of fiber, and it would be packed with nutrition. But you add vegetables to that and homemade noodles to that and home deep-fried. Oh, it's going to be soup season's coming. Sure, you can freeze broth if you have the freezer space. I don't. Hey, Lori, just finished peeling and processing 50 pounds of potatoes. Oh, yeah, that's coming too. So I just checked my celery in the garden. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to can some of it, probably finish dehydrating some. What I want to do, okay, give me a second. Remind me about dehydrated vegetables and mixed vegetables and what I want to do. Okay? Pay no attention. I'm going to have to, sorry, I forget that I'm not a cigarette smoker anymore. I'm going to have to get some rutabagas from the farmer's market, which is fine with me. Just fine with me. Yes, I've dehydrated broth in the past. If you're dehydrating meat broth, strain it into the stock pot, put it in your fridge overnight, remove the fat off the top, and then cook your clarified broth down until it's like a sticky, thin gravy, and then put that on your fruit leather trays. Now, if it's a meat broth, you can get it and dehydrate it at 165 degrees, but until it cools down, it's not going to become brittle. It's going to stay pliable. So when you think it's done, turn your dehydrators off, let them cool. And if you can't snap it, then dehydrate it some more. And then when you can snap it, grind it in a coffee grinder and then re-dry it some more. That's meat broth, though. There is nothing happening. Yes, thank you. There's nothing happening. It may seem like a lot of work for broth, but did you see how much vegetables would have been wasted if I didn't? I don't have pigs anymore. And if I did have pigs, I still would have made the broth and given the cooked veg to the pigs. You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste it. I'm looking at when I started cutting up that celery, I'm going, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot. And I don't want to make just celery broth, right? So I'm going to can some celery too, just because when I go to make scallop potatoes or something, and it'll be its own broth, right? That will help with the thickening of because I mostly use dehydrated potatoes in scallop potatoes. Dried vegetables, give me a second. Don't worry, it's not COVID, it's cannabis. So anyway, when I dried the celery, it took between 20 and 21 bunches of celery to fill a half-gallon jar dehydrated. And then I had some left over and I mixed it into, the jar where I put the extra peppers, the extra corn, the extra. I have 2 jars of mixed vegetables. I have one that is the organic vegetables I got from Costco that I dehydrated, the peas, carrots, corn, and beans. And then I have, like in my solid jars, whenever I filled a jar with corn, or I filled a jar with dehydrated peppers, or I filled a jar with celery, right? I emptied the leftover into a mixed jar. Now I have 2 mixed jars. One's of peas, carrots, corn, and beans, and one of a catch-all of peppers and a little bit of extra peas, corn, carrots, and beans that was left over. Corn, celery, but I haven't got any onions in it yet. So these 2 jars, the ones that were dehydrated organic from Costco and the ones I've been making up as I go along, once all my vegetables are dehydrated that I'm going to dehydrate, I'm going to dump all my mixed vegetables into a great big bowl, mix it up, and then just make sure I'm hoping to have at least 4 jars, 4 half-gallon jars of mixed veg for soup, sauces, and casseroles. No dehydrating it. I can broth no dehydrating it. I can broth all the time. Got bags in freezer waiting for me. So yeah, that's and I'm sorry if now, thank you, Joe Mama. You brought up, hey Furby, hey Terry. Wait, let me say hi to everybody. And remind me, Joe Mama, that you brought up a really good point to me yesterday. yesterday. Carol McKinney, Donna Holland, Faisy, Helen Burke, Jeton. I'm really glad your husband's doing better, Jeton. We've been praying real hard. Joe Mama, Doris, Lori McKenzie, Patty Furby, Sarah Young, Susan Bass, and Terry White. Now, please make sure you are on live chat, not top chat. Let me get my chat popped out here and put it on live chat. So Joe Mama came up with a really valid point yesterday. I was panicking. Because I had seen this article that they were getting rid of email notifications. It's just email notifications. I do believe they're still notifying you through your apps on your phone and on your tablet. It's a desktop thing. But somebody just said they got email notifications. So I could be totally wrong. I'm going to have to go back and recheck that article. Okay. But because if it's true, I just spent a lot of money for nothing on a website and I might just get rid of it. Okay. Because it's a website's a lot of extra work, but we'll see. We'll see. I would like everything to be all in one place, but then it means I have to deal with running a website. Even a simple one is not easy for me. I got my notice on Facebook. Yes, please please remember not to share this link. Hey, E. Henderson, how's it going? You finally made it in. You were saying you were having problems. Was it you got a YouTube notification? Okay. All right, so maybe that works. Right? Maybe I'll leave it public for a few, or when we go live, I'll leave it public for about 3 minutes and then I'll take it off and make it unlisted. And then I don't know if it's working. Okay. Dustin mentioned you in a comment. Okay. Get rid of that there. Okay. Pay no attention because I'm in a lot of pain today. I still have to label all those jars and get them put in the pantry. And let me know if you want to see how my rice and dehydrated vegetables were cooked in broth, how they turned out, because Howie really liked them. I found them a little bland, but then I didn't add anything, right? Sometimes I add soy sauce, but I didn't add anything because I wanted to taste the flavor of the broth. Howie didn't even pepper it. He said, no, he says, it's got great flavor, right? So boom. There it was. I don't have to bake a lot in the oven. It's just a matter of, throwing rice, vegetables, and broth and some butter and extra seasonings if you want them in a pot, and boom, you got it. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. I looked online yesterday, and that is what I read. You still get notified if you have the app. Well, I have the app. I mean, how do I get there through my phone? Right? I don't know, but I don't get notifications when people that I'm subscribed to upload, right? Yeah, I know. No pepper. Hey, Jean, how's it going, sweetheart? And then today, as soon as I get off of here, I got to clean up my kitchen, label all my broth jars, put them away. And guess what? There's more coming because it's going to be carrot season soon. Right? And when the carrots are, I've got 2 Cinderella pumpkins. I hope the summer squash pumpkin didn't hurt them in any way with cross-pollination. I don't want stringy pumpkin. Anyway, what was I getting all excited about there before the pumpkins? Oh yeah, it's almost carrot season. So I'll be doing, 2 35-pound bags of carrots this year because carrots go in everything. Some of them I may dice really, really, really fine for rehydration in casseroles, and some I will make sliced it as for soup. That is awesome to get all that broth. Well, guess what? When I do between 30 and 70 pounds of carrots, they're all going to get washed. Okay? Like I'm going to peel and cut the ends off and save those things and throw all those into a 5-gallon bucket, rinse them, and throw them into the freezer. So that when I'm done my onions, I will have onion, carrot, and celery throw off and cleaned and frozen in the freezer. And then I'm going to make more broth, but I am going to save enough of the carrots, celery, and stuff for when I butcher and can the chickens, which is coming soon. Hey, Dallas, darling. How are you, sweetheart? Remember to be on live chat, not top chat. Exactly. So, I mean, this wasn't like Joe Mama said that was or someone said that's a lot of work for broth. Do you have any idea how much nutrients are in that broth? It would have all been wasted. It would have all been wasted. So now, instead of cooking rice in water and throwing in some dehydrated vegetables and some soy sauce, I'll cook my rice in broth with mixed vegetables. Guess what you're getting? Double the vegetable nutrition. You're not getting double the fiber, but you are getting the double the nutrients because you've dehydrated vegetables, which keeps their nutrients much better than canning. And then you are, rehydrating them with broth. It's a win-win. So why would I throw all that stuff away? It's bloody, it becomes liquid gold. Well, thank you, Shadow Ridge. Do you dehydrate onions outside? I dehydrate everything in my porch now. And I have my double fan window, but I haven't done any onions yet. I'm going to be doing them really soon because the onions in my bag have to be done. They look really good until you grab one and it feels you can tell it's soft. So cat wants to walk on the keyboard. So if you see strange stuff from me, it's the cat. No, I don't dehydrate outside. I don't dehydrate outside. I do it in my porch, which is close enough because I have a window on each side of the porch and I put the dehydrator under the window and then I put a fan that vents, that exhausts out in the window. I don't bother doing things outside. For one thing, it could attract unwanted flies and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't blame the cat. So, after here, I have to open this window. So after here, I have to label all those jars, put them away, and then reboil my 6.5 pints of currant jelly, which will probably give me 2 pints because I'm going to have to cook it down just a little bit more. Hey, Trina, how's it going? I still need to experiment with dehydrating iced tea. Why would you dehydrate iced tea? Hey, Edie, how's it going, sweetheart? How's it going? So I'm just trying to get, I'm just trying to get, oh, buddy, you're soon going to be the most delicious cockaliki soup I've ever made. Slow but sure. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. I just went out and checked my rutabaga bed, and there's only one decent one about that big. So I'm going to be buying from the farmer's market because I love my rutabagas. And I want at least 10 or 15 quarts of rutabagas. Plus we got the potato beds coming. Oh, my tomatoes. I wish you'd seen it. I wish I'd taken a picture. Honest to God, I had a tomato that was that big, over half the size of my face. Oh, it was so delicious. I didn't even think about taking a picture of it. I was just like, oh yeah, man, that's breakfast. Howie, what do you want? You want toasted tomato? Nah, good. You're having cereal. Nah. Oh, I love fresh tomatoes. Hey, Paula Bowie. Under pressure. Pushing down on me. Hey, how's it going, Paula Bowie? So, Every time I walk into my pantry, I'm a little startled at how full it's getting. I'm doing one more Costco shopping at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure I will get everything I need at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get another paper towel, another toilet paper, and I'll probably see if I can't find some. I'm not too sure I even want to go to Costco because there's a lot of things they're not even carrying. Like they break up the packages of Dawn dish soap. There was 3 pack for $7.99, and now they're charging $3 a piece for them. We had BLTs again last night. Ooh, I'll have to check. Oh, I have canned bacon, don't I? Why is my focus? I'm gonna have to change the focus on this. It was doing weird shit there for a minute. Oh no, I had a toasted tomato sandwich for I had 2 of them for breakfast this morning. Oh my god, I love fresh tomatoes. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to. I'll probably get a case of tomatoes from the farmer's market and just freeze them, peel them, puree them, and then dehydrate them for tomato powder. I have another batch of spaghetti sauce to make. I know I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I had Howie bring home the celery, so I have to do that tomorrow. I have to can more spaghetti sauce tomorrow because I'm not. I mean, when it goes on sale at the store, that's great. But if it's in cans, I have to recan it. I can't stand tomato products in cans. Hey, Cindy, any carrots yet? I like the Terra 20 Echo Bar Soap. What's that? My Costco doesn't carry as much as I've seen in videos of other people stopping there. Well, I haven't been able to find my Honest Earth instant mashed potato, so I'm going to try making my own this year. As a matter of fact, I have a bag of potatoes. I might try just to see how it does. Like peel them, boil them, rice them, and then add some water and mash them like really fine, like whip them, and then pour them on the fruit leather trays. Somebody gave me that idea. Dish soap, it's nice. I use Dawn because I use it in all my cleaning. That's why I'm like I get pissed off if I can't find Dawn, because I shit you not, I empty a big bottle of Dawn Platinum in a 2-liter pop bottle. I top it up with vinegar. I shake it, and then I fill a jar for the bathroom and a jar for the kitchen and a bottle for the downstairs or a bottle for the coach. Because Howie uses that when he comes home and he's been working on the car, nothing cuts it like that Dawn and vinegar, the grease stuff on his hands. Dawn and vinegar. Dawn and vinegar cleans everything. Floors, tubs, toilets, appliances, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, Kara Krantz. Dish soap, Bev. Cindy, do we have a bushel? Mrs. V, half a bushel of green peppers at no frills. 9. No, I don't have a no frills in my neighborhood, honey. The closest no frills, I believe, is in Carlton Place or Perth. Not here. There's not a no frills that I know of in Ottawa. But it might be Food Basics. So all I use is Dawn and vinegar. That's all I use. And when it's the Dawn Platinum, I use 1/3 of a bottle of Dawn and 2/3 vinegar because it's that strong. Bev. Yarn Prepper says, what is a good amount of butter to store? Well, I keep a little mini fridge and you can freeze butter, right? But I keep a little mini fridge and I don't like to fall below 10 pounds of butter. Oh, well, I'm glad it makes you smile. So, yeah, I have Arm Prior is the closest. Really? Huh. Did you say whether or not we got carrots yet, Cindy, or whether we'll have them for the weekend? This weekend, for the next 2 weeks, Howie's home. And so he's got to trim the plants in the greenhouse. He's got to make a bigger turkey run. He's got to paint box sides on a car, on a truck for our good son, Alex. We call him the good son because he always, it's not that my sons are bad, but Alex is, whenever if Howie needs help with stacking firewood, give Alex a mail, he'll show up. You know what I mean? If we need help with something, Alex will be here. If all we have to do is ask, right? Whereas Briar's like, oh, I work hard all day. But anyway, Alex is bringing his truck over, and Papa's doing the box sides for him. If it doesn't quit raining, I'm gonna have to pick my beans in the wet. And Orleans has a no frill, no carrots this weekend. They still make Joy. Do they still make Joy? Do they still make Myrrh dish soap? Remember Myrrh? You get them in a 2-pack and you just cut the little top off. They were pink or blue, and you would just cut the little nipple off, and you know what I mean? Myrrh. And by today's standards, that stuff's really good. Myrrh was really good. It was thick like sunlight. Nowadays, cheap ass soaps are more water than soap. I'm not going to buy a foam dispenser, Patricia, because I don't need it. The amount that Howie needs to put on his hands when he's working like a grease monkey, then it needs to be pretty much full strength. And I don't worry about it because I don't use Dawn straight at all. I use Dawn and vinegar, and I have bottles of it all over the house. Well, bathroom, kitchen. You know what I mean? Oh, the tri-colored ones and beets. Beets. Helen Burke. Oops, in Scotland, the good son is the son-in-law, just a name. Well, we just adopted him. I don't have any sons-in-laws, right? Hey, Stephen, how's it going, sweetheart? Don't remember Myrrh. It was MIR. And it was 2 pink plastic bottles held together with cardboard. And they were like round, and they had a grip. They were textured so you could grip them. And they were this ugly pink, or a laundromat blue, I call it. And they just had a white lid with a nipple, and you just snipped the nipple off, and it was your dish soap. I remember my friend Rachel washing her hair with Myrrh dish soap every day before she went to school. Hey, Susan Bass, how's it going? No, you're on break, Stephen. Is it that time? Oh, no, Sunlight dish soap's still there. Sunlight's, I use, if it wasn't for, I actually love Sunlight dish soap and Sunlight laundry soap, right? Those are the only things my mom used Sunlight laundry soap bars to get out stains. And then she washed the clothes in Sunlight flakes because she couldn't use things like Tide or ABC on me. Remember ABC laundry soap? Do you know that laundry soap, when they come in those big boxes, before they started making them ultra, they would add things like powdered milk and stuff to them to make them go farther. So that when the ultra boxes came out, they just removed a lot of the fillers. And if they remove more of the fillers, you could have laundry soap that's powder and use only a tablespoon at a time. But no! I wrote the soap companies about this. So why the hell are you putting out plastic in these bottles? Why don't you go back to powder without all the fillers and put it in small biodegradable boxes? And where we use less. Amway had the right idea. Oh, good, Susan. Yeah, but my mom couldn't use Tide or anything like that on us. She could use, or was it she could only use ABC, Ivory Snow, and Sunlight, couldn't use Cheer or Tide. Oh my God, I still have Sunlight. Country Save comes in super tiny container. It's amazing. Where do you get that? Where do you get that, Cindy? Oh, yeah. And we only use Mr. Bubble once. And apparently, I got a yeast infection as a little girl. And mom said, nope. After that, it was dish soap. Sunlight dish soap was our bubble bath. A little squirt of that, and mom would run the water and she'd swish her hand in to make the bubbles, and that would be fine. Never used Mr. Bubbles again. Mr. Bubble again. My mom was really conscious, even back then, because our water was so full of chlorine, right? That, mom was really careful about washing the diapers and boiling them and making sure they got dried in the sun, because sun is the big bacteria killer too, eh? Just working, not now working on the veggie from this morning's picking. That's okay. I took Magic Mike off of here. Okay. I took Magic Mike off. Why? Because he was being a pain in the ass. I cannot use ivory anything. I'm allergic to it. Breakout and a major rash. Um, Ivory soap, the one thing, well, yeah, you wouldn't be able to use it. But if you get leg cramps, putting a bar of ivory soap under your fitted sheet down by your feet and leaving it there helps with leg cramps. I don't know why. Love cloth diapers. I used them on my kids. Yes, I used disposable if we were traveling or going somewhere, but at home every day, I use cloth diapers on my kids. Arthur will tell you, you know, he's like, you could have used fabric softener. Somebody just tried to fool me, and I had already marked it as potential fraud. So it just came up and it said marked as potential fraud. So I said, goodbye. Um, but what he didn't realize is that if I used fabric softener on his diapers, he would break out and he would get a yeast infection on his skin. Little red bumps all. It's not a rash, it was like a yeast infection. So I could only put vinegar in the rinse water of his diapers. Yeah. So cleaning, sorting, etc. Yeah, I'm about to go reboil my last. I'm going to do a video on reboiling jelly when it doesn't set. I'm going to edit the video of the rice I cooked in this wonderful broth. I got to put all my broth away. I don't want to think about the work I got to do. I want to be here with you. That's better. That's better. Yeah. I don't even use fabric softener, vinegar or otherwise anymore. Sometimes I will put will throw like a vinegar. My my washing machine won't let me open it without stopping the cycle and unlocking it. It's fucking idiot proof. Excuse me. But if you want to use fabric softener and you don't want to you have no way of putting it in your rinse cycle, soak a dishcloth. Keep a tub with a lid on it of vinegar, maybe with some essential oil in it, right? If you want smell. But keep a tub of vinegar with a lid on it and a washcloth in it, a clean washcloth. And every time you throw your clothes in the dryer, take that washcloth out, wring it out, throw it in your dryer. The vinegar odor will dissipate along with the odor in the clothes, and it will help keep your clothes softer. And for God's sakes, if you use fabric softener, know this. It creates a buildup on your clothes that the first couple of times you wash it without fabric softener, they're going to cling together like crazy, and then they're going to start going back to normal. I almost never have a problem with static cling. Almost never. And I don't use fabric softener at all. So I have wool balls, but I don't even need them, right? I use the wool balls when I'm doing blankets because it actually helps keep them apart. If you want to throw an eider down on delicate in the wash, like a actual down-filled comforters, and there's no holes in it. When you put that in your dryer, put it in with 2 or 3 tennis balls, and that will help it keep it from clumping up. Hey, Mary Reddington, sitting 2 grandchildren, 4 and 5, so they think it's a special treat they get to watch a children's show on YouTube while Grandma watches hers. There you go. There you go. So yeah, I'm taking this moment so that because somebody asked me when the next book is going to be out. As soon as canning's over. As soon as canning's over, and I have a couple of days. I've read the first 2 chapters of Anne of Windy Poplars. I just have to edit them. Each chapter is like 25 minutes long. So there's going to be less of them just because it's going to take me a lot longer to read them and edit them. How much Dawn do I use in the washer? I don't put Dawn in my washer for starters. I use a Dawn. I take a bottle of Dawn Platinum and I fill up a 2-liter pop bottle 1/3 full with Dawn. Then I top it up with plain white vinegar. I mix and I put it into 2 Dawn squirt bottles, and once in a while I will give a squirt in my laundry, just in my laundry. Okay. My dishwasher. Now I've discovered that if I wash it on a 1-hour cycle, it will flood. But on a normal cycle, like that takes 2 hours on my dishwasher, I give it a squirt of Dawn and vinegar, just like that. That's how big the squirt is. And then I throw my puck in and boom, and it keeps my dishwasher clean. It helps keep my dishwasher clean. We get Evangeline on the 27th until Labor Day. Woohoo! God, she's such a little sunshine. Don't let anybody wreck that spirit in that child. I'm so happy for you, honey. If it's not Dawn, it's Dawn and vinegar. And if you're putting it in your laundry, don't do any more than a 1/4 cup. And I mean a 1/4 cup, probably a tablespoon, okay? But don't put a tablespoon of straight Dawn in your washing machine along with your soap and everything, because how's it going? Thank you, Terry. Yeah, so my SP was the same way. Fragrances kill him. What's an SP? Been talking to and praying for my tomatoes to turn red soon. If they don't, honey, bring some that are just getting a pink cheek into the house, wrap them in newspaper, and put them in a paper bag in a cool, dark place in your pantry or a closet for a couple of days. You'll be amazed how fast they ripen. How you doing today, Tony? So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Any question? I always add a small squirt of Dawn to my dishwasher and a splash of vinegar. That's what I do. Except I pre-mix my Dawn and vinegar. I pre-mix it in a 2-liter pop bottle. And then I just, when my squirt bottles are empty, I just top them back up. I keep the big pop bottle of Dawn and vinegar under the sink. Hey, Ann Lewis, how's it going? Lady B. Roberta Lee. I put an apple with the tomato to ripen. You don't need to. They'll ripen themselves. Bev, birthday alert. Sandy Moore's birthday is today. I don't think she is here, but she might catch the replay. Thank you, Terry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy Moore. Happy birthday to you, and many more. No pun intended. Oh, jeez. Something's itchy. I think it's... I spilled a little bit of herbal product on my chair, and it was rubbing against my leg. It was itchy. So what's everybody up to today? I'm going to, I've already told you what I'm going to do. So let me know if, oh, yeah, that's right. Let me know. Oh, no. Did I not save the site? Hmm. Let me know if you can get into this new web page of mine, because, and let me know if it works for you. Okay. What is this? Because whenever I try to go to it, it comes up with a my connection is not private. So go to my account. I don't know how this. I'm still learning how this works. So, um, oh no, where'd my chat go? So if it doesn't pan out, or if people are still seeming to get notifications and all this stuff, then I might just ditch the website. I may just ditch it and say, you know what? I don't need this. So we'll see. Laundry and cleaning out one shelf of the upright. Okay, Steven, take care, honey. I met my son. He has problems with fragrances. I have problems with fragrances. I always have. Um, I just, I my mother-in-law, had a, wind song after every shower and Lysol all around downstairs. And I had to keep asking her, Mom, please don't, what are you spraying down there? I'm get a tickle just thinking about it. And she said, like, she came upstairs one night, she had a bath and she went back downstairs and she got into her pajamas and she, I guess she sprayed some windsong, and it was like I could smell it as she was coming up. It was like a cloud coming up the stairs. I said, what the hell are you wearing? She said, nothing except the little windsong. I said, Mom, you can't spray perfume and stuff in this house. It doesn't. Lysol and Raid and shit, all that stuff makes me ill. Well, she just, I guess she thought I was lying, right? One day she was doing something downstairs, but all of a sudden I get this smell of Lysol. It's like, Mom, and I start to choke. It's, Mom, what are you doing? Nothing, just cleaning. I said, leave, get rid of the Lysol. She said, she just stopped dead. It's like, Mom, it's choking me. So I guess that pissed her off. But did I send a new friend request with an avatar? Is the avatar my emoji with tears of joy? Because that is Beverly Wolfe. My avatar for Beverly Foley is me wearing my pearl bunny ears. Been reading and worried about chicken stock on stove simmering for last 18 hours. Spores. Pat, did you say it's been simmering? Then don't worry about it. Do you know when I'm cooking down tomatoes, I do them in a double boiler. I put them in a stock pot because I don't have a heavy bottom sauce pot. I put them in a stock pot inside a pressure canner with water in the bottom. Okay? And that's how I cook down my tomatoes. And sometimes they got to go overnight. Now, I can't leave my stove on even medium overnight, but I can leave it on low. And I just cover my stock pots with dish towels. Okay? I just put a dish towel over them. And I make sure I have enough water just to even just keep them warm overnight. Never had a problem with that. What have you been reading? That's what I want to know. In an electric roaster. And the thing is, too, is if you've got to turn it down really low, you can put one of your friggin' dehydrator trays over the top of the pot and just cover the hole. That will keep flies out. Okay, like a mesh tray, your dehydrated tray, a mesh tray in a jar, that will keep flies out, but it will allow moisture to leave. All right. The website opens fine. Okay, can you share it here? Because I'd like to open it from here and see where it goes. Because I get it, and it's like, oh, I don't know what I do wrong. I can only go to my dashboard to make new posts. I can't actually view the website. It's kind of weird. Uh, she's not said one word about the baby. It might not be her. But she sent me a phone number. So I will be calling Meaty today. Okay? And finding out what's going on. All right? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. We're on to remember to carry everybody in our prayers, eh? I mean, there's people like Dallas. She's here, but she's not well. She always goes off her pain meds for 1 week out of the month, or a couple of days out of the month, so that her body can reset its tolerance levels. And because, when you're on a lot of pain meds, it can become an addiction issue. So she takes all these precautions. Right now, she's off her pain meds, and she's barely functional, moving wise, physically. So I'm really blind, so typing is wrong most of the time. That's okay, sweetheart. Please thumbs up for Bev. Oh, honey. Remember to be on live chat, not top chat. So I do some things differently when canning and stuff like that. For instance, that broth actually sat in the pots overnight on the stove because there was nowhere for them to go. I just put lids on them and I canned them the next morning. I'm not worried about it. Pressure canning is a good thing. Oh. Anyway, I have to get off of here, folks, because I have a lot more work to do. And if I continue to sit here and medicate, nothing's going to get done. And I really would like to get the first chapter of Anne of Windy Poplars up. Question: I made dill pickles and followed the instructions from your video. The cucumbers and garlic are turning bluish. Is this normal? Yes. Yes. If you listen to my videos, especially my last one, don't worry if the garlic goes blue or you get blue. It's a reaction from the color of the pickles and the garlic and the vinegar. It's not a big deal. It's just a chemical reaction and it's natural. Not a problem. Can you post website in comments or don't you want to do that? I'm not. Okay, tell me if this opens for you, okay? Tell me if that opens for you. Try joining us here on our Half Acre Homestead. Be sure to hit that thumbs up before you leave. Sending love and hugs to all connected hearts. Is Furby? Oh, Nana has a question. I already answered it. You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. What's no? So I'll get to the bottom of the Me Tea thing if it's a scam or not. All right, through Facebook. Pat, add the link for my new website in the comments, please. You won't get popped because it's not an issue. Oh, here. This is wolfiescorner.ca. There. Oh, there. See? Let me just look. There it is. Look at that. Where's my latest blog entry? I just blogged today about today. Well, maybe that's from yesterday. I don't know. All right, listen, folks. I have to boogie. If that's even a word I'm allowed to use at my age. I have to boogie. I got things to do. I've got to take all the rings off my broth, date them, put them in the pantry, find a place for them in the pantry. It's getting full. And I have to reboil 6 pints or 6 half pints of my current jelly that didn't set, and I have to edit videos. So I'm pretty sure I got that. Okay. Well, maybe it's just me going to the dashboard. All right, folks. For all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual hug. As you all know, this is a non denominational plea to the higher power of your understanding. Don't let the fact that I call my higher power God dissuade you from adding your faith and your light and your positive energy to our closing hug. Okay? So, for all those who care, and if you don't want to stay, it's no judgment, right? Like, see, somebody just left. It's cool. All right. Hey, God, it's us. How's it going? Thank you, God, for the beautiful broth I made and for the broth to come. You really gave me an eye opener with that one, God. Thank you for all our friends and YouTube family members who show up here every day to love and support one another and share our feelings and then come to you with an uplift for the world. I appreciate this, God. I do. I really appreciate my Connected Hearts family. But there's a lot of people out there and people we love and know, like Dallas and Patricia's and Meaty and Edie recovering from surgery, all our friends who are having our friends and family members who are having their daily struggles. Coming here every day, God, helps us be closer to you because we know that even if you don't lift the problem from us, you always give us a way to see our way through it. Because if you bring us to it, you'll bring us through it. But there's a lot of people out there, God, that don't know you're holding them up every day. They don't realize that you're there, that you're a powerhouse of love and upliftingness and energy if they would only turn their faces to your light. So God, we lift those people up to you because most of them can't do it for themselves yet. And we pray, God, that they always find you in the end. And remember, folks, I love that one person who did the Facebook post about Black Lives Matter and white versus black. It's not white versus black. It's light versus dark. And if you walk in the light, the darkness stays at bay. So thank you for that, God. Thank you for that family. Please, God, look after my siblings and my nephews and my nieces and my children and my husband. Keep them in your care. I lift them up to you every day, but I forget sometimes that, to mention them. So, amen. Shalom. Namaste. Miigwech. Merry meet. Blessed be. Peace be unto you. Whatever your salutation is, let it be said with love. Because we have no idea, even if you don't believe, when we put that kind of energy out to the universe, it's got to come back good, right? Mwah! Take care. God bless. I got so much work to do. I love you guys.